Hello, everyone. Let's start today off with getting ourselves our Lord High Commander, Cole, because we desperately need one. It's a we need to start filling in the positions for each of our leaders. So we're gonna give Grief Administrator. We'll give V Commissar, and we'll kind of plan around those roles for now. And we're going to clear out everything. Oh, look, free mayo. I love the idea that someone just threw mayo into the river. There should be a whole entire lore behind mayo in the river. We're going to get the conversion of Mel underway. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things we need to get done. And we need to get both the squats under our go. So we'll get that out of the way. Well, that's not good. Turns out, as we reassign our boys here, turns out Grief can't do social. So we can't even have a weekend conversion conversation. So we're going to have to just swap their roles around and make sure that they're fulfilling their duties. And I guess they'll have a little grumpy mode for a bit, but it's not that big of a concern. We haven't had anything that's really brought their mood down to a point where it's concerning. And we did have some guests get attacked. That's all right. We're not going to worry about them. However, the septic tank issue, we need to get a bigger one. And I think we have, yeah, we do. Look at that sewage treatment plant. You couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant. Totally not related to this, but man, I love that line. So we'll put that there, and that way we don't have to run new pipe work. And I guess we'll put a little concrete wall around it, and we'll call it a day, and it will become part of the fortification. We'll just break these down. There we go. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's elegant. There's a giant pipe. It's two pipes, actually. One heating, one normal pipe. And we won't ever have to worry about our septic issues. And we'll just kind of leave the septic tank there unless it's completely necessary. Well, I think it'll be fine. Also, you guys might have noticed that there was a Minisode this last week. And I'm going to try and do those every single week. So that way we always have a little kind of in between of our events. And the Minisode is actually after the events of this episode. It tells you kind of how crazy things have been recording wise for me. So we are going to get our first little defensive structure on the northeast side. And that should take care of us fairly well with not a major hiccup. Although I think we're going to have to take down that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll clear those. And a new genetics lab. We can get rid of that one. That's a little error. And steel mining, not a big deal. So we'll build these defenses, and the Minisodes as well, as we work on the defenses. The Minisodes, where the hell did you guys come from? Okay, we could use barrel and use another gunner. All right, so as we get, we'll just get barrel, and we'll get back on topic of the Minisodes, right? So I did ask in a little poll if you guys would like the minisodes to have some voice acting done with each of the characters. So I'm going to do that, which means they may be longer, and that way it gives me some extra time to handle the voices and at least find a voice for each of the characters. For Cole being the captain, I'm kind of thinking of having him be the classic guardsman sound that channel kind of became known for. Grief V, I don't know what voices I'll use for them, but if someone thinks that maybe Grief or V should have the classic guardsman voice, let me know. Because I don't even have a voice for all of them yet. But I can get voices for all of them, so we're just going to rescue Beryl. Because we could definitely use another soldier, and she's got some good stats and some good deals. She won't complain too much, especially with ascetic. So we're going to start getting our defenses kind of situated away. And this week, did I say it already? I might have. I'll edit it if I didn't, or maybe I won't. But yeah, this week's minisode comes from the events after today, after today's episode. So it's kind of like a glimpse in the future episode. But as far as the minisodes are concerned, I am going to make sure that we get a minisode every week, just to keep improving my editing skills, because my editing skills are pretty bad. I'm not an editor in any way. But I want to improve on it. That way the content gets better. You guys get better shows, better quality. And then we'll just improve it there. I like that little shape right there. Kind of. It looks awkward, though. Why is it awkward? Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, no. 3. Yeah. Let's reshape it. We are going to try and... I love my dogs. We are going to try and reshape. All right, we are going to give it this kind of shape. And the plan for our base is to keep it as close to lore-friendly casers as possible. And luckily enough, everyone's doing really good. Anabudo did get put back in jail. We are trying to convert her and recruit her. And while I am going to name the cat Fidget right now, I would like to see any names come from you guys, the viewers. And if there is a name that gets more updates than any other name, I would love to see it. And maybe if there is a name that gets more updates than any other name, we will do it. And I figured out the problem with the base is that it didn't go long enough, which means I didn't measure, and both bunkers on the southeastern side of this little structure here need to be adjusted, and I need to dismantle them and fix that. So that's going to be an important thing that we need to do, and I can't deconstruct this. I can deconstruct that. Can't deconstruct that. I know what I did. I made permanent structures. And the reason I can't deconstruct things is because it is very... Yes, Mel, please stop that. When you make something that's permanent, it tends to be permanent. So that's a big brain move on my end. Is we'll get to fixing this mess here. It's gonna take a long time. What's that? Independent navigation mech hive. Oh, this is gonna be big. This is our first big mech hive after updating the difficulty. everybody should be able to make it in time. Chickpea and Mel go down here. And the boys should be able to get there fast enough, I think. But that was a lot. Oh, that's a lot of mechs. That's a lot of scythers going north. Okay, Cole, V are down here, so that means Grief is up top. Chickpea, Fidget, get out of the war zone. Thank you. If I could command the cat. Chickpea's down. Cole, work on that zealot. Oh, why aren't we firing at the zealot anymore? Cole, zealot, please. Thank you. Okay, Mel's good. Chickpea's down. Most of the mechs are down. Wow. We took some hits. Look at that. V and Grief. Heavily wounded. Chickpea is down. Oh, 3 toes. Grief, you lost 3 toes. Damn. That Scyther really got up on you. V's not bad at all. V's like chill. That was not bad. That was good, but we definitely took some more hits than I expected. So once we finish up the defenses on the east side, we'll build some defenses on this side, and we'll start actually surrounding the base, because we are going to need to get Caesar Edict defended properly, because we can't be... Oh, by the way, so you might be wondering, how are we to remove permanent structures? And you either live with them or you spend a fair amount of time destroying them. And it took about 5 minutes of my day. And another raid. Oh, it's more of the dwarves. Oh, I love it. We're just getting more and more. And we'll finish this up here. That way we can copy and paste with Blueprint. Oh, man. I'm going to have more editing to do. You might not have noticed it, but I certainly did. I did not. I'm going to have to destroy the other side. Again, there's a lot of shield belts. Okay. You might not have noticed this, but I'm going to have to destroy the right side entirely of that fortification and then move it 1 block closer. Because I'm missing it every opportunity. Yeah. All right. We are going to need more defenses, and those shield belts are ricocheting laser fire. V is down. Oh, difficulty upgrade was the right call, guys. Thank you so much. That was absolutely the right call. Yes, we're pushing them back, but they're still causing some severe damage to our boys. Oh, how much damage was done to V? It's mostly bruises, cracks, and a few cuts. Okay. So the armor is holding up. That's what I like to see. Still, we're going to nab that Nutrimine, and we're going to nab your shield belt. That's important. Yeah, we'll take that off, and we'll give it to somebody. I'm going to need a melee unit soon. But that's a good thing. We're researching all the cool stuff. All right, as we get everybody patched up, I want to say thank you, everyone, for joining us and being patient with me for this episode. We are going to start working on Minisodes every single week, so that way there's always something coming out. And eventually, we'll start working our way to doing an episode of Lost Imperials every day. But we'll get there. Eventually, it'll happen. So, thank you once again, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I also want to give a shout out to Barbie Pootsky. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. You can also support me on Patreon by going to the link down in the description below. You can also support the channel for free by hitting like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.